Let's talk about how Jehovah's Witnesses breed Glindas instead of Elphabas. It will always be about appearances. It doesn't matter how you are doing or how your mental health is doing. It doesn't matter how you feel about the doctrine. You shut up and you get in line. Because if you don't, you do not get any privileges, which is what everyone is competing for. You're not a good enough publisher if you don't hold a privilege. And there are lots of talks and lots of things written into the watchtowers and whatnot saying that if you're a publisher and you're doing your best, blah, blah, that's all Jehovah wants. That is not the social feel or the culture of Jehovah's Witnesses. You have young men who have many more privileges that they have access to than women. They start out young, competing to be ministerial servants. Eventually, if you're good enough, you become an elder. From there, you can become a circuit overseer. You can be a traveling overseer. The privileges get more and more important with higher stakes. Now, for women, it's different. Your privileges only pertain to the ministry or how much you preach. So we have everyone putting on a good face so that they can get these privileges. That's why you have such a competitive culture amongst people within your own congregation or amongst your own friends even, and especially why there is such a large snitch culture. Your congregation is full of Glindas who will backstab you. Even though you're brothers and sisters, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they will sacrifice you and throw you under the bus so that they can get what they want. These are people who have been labeled good their entire life, who genuinely feel that they are the epitome of goodness simply because they are Jehovah's Witnesses. And that breeds ego. Because if you're perceived as good, do you really have to be good behind closed doors? Do you need to have integrity to survive? No. In fact, having integrity and standing up to people at the top will get you labeled wicked. So we see this very problematic rewriting of the narrative and gaslighting people into fitting either good stereotypes or wicked stereotypes. And you're only good if you follow the group. This is just groupthink. This is mob mentality, us versus them. These are explicit tactics used by cults and high control religions to keep people in line. And of course, we see Elphaba rewritten into this terrible domestic terrorist, someone who they need to protect themselves against simply because she's trying to tell the truth. And as much as Jehovah's Witnesses spout off having the truth and valuing the truth, they don't really want it. If they did, if they had any integrity, they would listen to people who are telling them something is very, very wrong here and we need to do something about it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to them. If they get to believe that they are still good, and if that's what everyone else thinks of them, nothing else matters. Because, again, all about appearances. They're not stupid. Glinda wasn't stupid. Glinda saw when Elphaba was dealing with prejudice and when she was being mistreated. But it didn't move Glinda enough to do anything about it, anything truly real that would stop it. At no point does Glinda ever publicly side with Elphaba, because Glinda got everything that she wanted. And at the end of the day, was it enough? No. Will it ever be enough? No, because it's not real. But religion doesn't breed an environment where they truly care about the truth. They just care about appearances. And that's why Jehovah's Witnesses breed so many Glindas.